Hello and welcome to Awakening the blog. On the last video blog, I addressed part of the famous phrase that's held in the book The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry that says, what's essential is invisible to the eye. And today I will address the second part of it that says, only with the heart you can see clearly. What does it mean to see clearly with the heart? For that, I guess I need to go inside my heart and see how it feels. So that's what I'm going to do. To see clearly with the heart means to be able to work through the different layers of the emotional body that keeps us from really experiencing what's essential for the heart. The emotional body holds basically all the experiences of emotions that the humans can go through. Basically, all the emotions go through the heart. And then, for instance, when you feel anger, you feel it through your heart and then affects the liver. When you experience fear, it goes through the heart and then affects the kidneys, and so on and so forth. That's the way the body is connected to the different emotions that we experience and the resonance of the organs to those emotions. That is very easily understood by Chinese medicine. Yet to really experience seeing with the heart, in many ways it is suggesting that we have to turn off the mental activity. We have to be able to be in silence, go beyond our own limitation of conditioning and beliefs, and learn to go through those layers. First, go through the layers of our own emotions, and as we work through those layers of emotions that are stuck, that are blocking us from seeing things as they are, we can actually go further and further deep into the heart and start seeing beyond the rational mind. We start experiencing the abstract realms related to the seventh chakra. And obviously, to see with the heart, we need to develop the sixth sense, the third eye, and the capacity to communicate with ourselves and with others at different dimensions. The heart is a very powerful center. Yet, for me, for instance, intuition, which is part of our higher dimensions, it's not related to instinct in the same way. I mean, instinct is something different. And instinct is related more to the instinctual nature of our of our third dimensional being, of our first chakras. Intuition is more appealing to the higher level of awareness. Yet the gut feeling, the gut feeling, which we have held for decades, for centuries, this gut feeling that we have, that we feel, that we sense, it doesn't come exactly first to the heart, but rather this sensation that we have in the gut. Some people feel these butterflies on the stomach, or this, we call it gut feeling, that comes from very deep inside. And I think that the relationship to the gut feeling is telling us about the depth that we need to go to really be able to connect with intuition in a more conscious way. So seeing with the heart is one of the journeys to go through in life, if we choose to go through that, if we want to develop that, if we want to learn to see things for what they are, not for what we want them to be. Because obviously we see people for what we want them to be, and we believe we are seeing them for who they are. We can perceive many things of what they possibly are, but to see others as they are, we first need to see ourselves for who we are, because on the process, and that's what's important about this, on the process of discovering who we are, that process of discovering and learning to find who we are helps us to find others as well. And the fact that we are able to broaden our horizons when we start going inside, and it makes us change our perceptions of life. We start changing even the way we relate to others. Is it very important? I can say, you know, I've changed in many things. The biggest things maybe are going to take me a whole lifetime, or maybe more than one lifetime to change. But some things that I have come to understand at a very cellular level have made me change the way I relate to others. And you know, sometimes we cultivate the same habit of relating to people that it is very difficult to get out of that and see things differently. But when we start changing, we resonate with other things, all the kind of people start appearing in our lives that resonate with a new way of seeing things and seeing life. So it is an inward journey, definitely. What's essential is invisible to the eye, only with the heart we can see clearly. And it's because we're talking about the essential. If we were not talking about the essential, just the looks, you know, why need to go inside? You know, if we want to stay with the appearance of things, we can do that. But it's not going to be fulfilling because we're not really pinning into what's essential. And when we connect with what's essential, the ecstasy, the happiness, the joy that we can experience is tenfold. So it's worth the journey, because we're going back home. Going into the heart, learning to see with the heart is going back home. So we need to heal our hearts, because a wounded heart cannot see clearly. A wounded heart only sees through the wound. Open wound, not even a healed wound, an open wound. And that defines the way we experience life. It is not an easy thing to do. It is, if we want to be more of who we are, be in our own power, we need to become warriors. You know, the kind of warriors that are worth having, which is spiritual warriors. Not the other kind that like going around the world. No. The worthwhile warriors are the spiritual warriors, because having the courage to face ourselves, to face our pain, to face our fears, and realize how part of an illusion they are, as much as we have gone through them and it's been our experience. But they don't really talk about who we are, but about what we need to experience to awaken who we are. We can choose to use those experiences, the pain that we have gone through in life, to awaken, or we can choose not to do anything with it and just keep holding on top of ourselves and carrying all that thing around. It makes us like walk with rocks, and it's too heavy a burden to carry around. When we heal, we're able to free ourselves from so much awful things that we carry around. Things change. Really, they do change. So let's, look inside, learn to look inside. I mean, a lot of people that do meditation have gone very far in learning to look inside, but there's no end to a journey. Like, we have not reached the highest level just because we learn to meditate. Meditation is a tool, a powerful tool that helps us discover many things about different realms of existence and about who we are in essence. And the heart of perfect wisdom, like in Buddhism they have this heart of perfect wisdom. It is a very beautiful journey to discover a compassionate heart, a heart that understands it all because it feels connected to all in a bigger way, in a really amazing way. And seeing through the heart means being totally open. And what my sense is that we need to learn to read between the lines, learn to taste and sense the energy behind everything, because people can tell you one thing but their intention is different, and but you might feel, oh, something doesn't really match here, yet that's what they said, so I guess I have to believe. No, we need to go beyond that, beyond the words of people, because we're all pretending to be something that most likely we are not on this world. And so by learning to read the intention, learning to read the energy, resonating or vibrating with the energy behind anything, any experience, we probably, that's a great way to learn to see with the heart. And for that we need to develop intuition, and to develop intuition we need to go inside. It's it's like a full circle coming around and around again to the same point, which is inner work. We need to recover who we are. We need to go back to the essential nature of our hearts. Discover that and incorporate it more and more into our lives. It's not easy, because if you're surrounded by people that are totally in another dimension of existence, very hung up on the physical matter and the looks and everything, it makes it a little hard, but it's a challenge to be able to keep yourself at the level of awareness that you've encountered, that you've reached, even when you're living with like family or close friends that you've had in life that are staying at different level of awareness. So it's a wonderful journey. You're probably going to encounter, as most of us, or I would say all of us do, some pain, because we need to face a lot of the pain that we carry in our lives. Nobody is out of it. Nobody has lived a perfect, painless life. And suffering is not something to reject or avoid, but to understand. Understand our suffering helps us to move through it and have a great experience of something that could be very difficult. Our hearts will grow when we work with it internally, and we will develop by our own training. If we can get help from people that have walked on the path, even better. Yet your power is in you. Don't give it to others. You need to keep that power and nurture that power without falling on self-centeredness, which is, giving the power to the ego. We need to give the power to the soul, and that requires an inner journey. It's fabulous. Don't be afraid of the fear, don't be afraid of the pain. It's bearable, it's workable, and we'll discover things that are unimaginable for someone who is starting and those who have gone through this journey already and know what I'm talking about. It's worthwhile. It's really worthwhile. The heart is a marvelous place to sit and hold the energy for the world. It's a powerful energy field, and that's been proven already by science. Okay, please leave your comments or questions under the blog inside the webpage, awakening.goipath.com, because your feedback will be helpful for other people as well. Thank you very much, and until the next meeting.